I guess.
What's up YouTube, it's Jay Frost here bringing you guys another video. Before you watch this video, make sure to add me on Snapchat for updates and more content. Also, while you're at it, make sure you check out my Twitter, which as you can see I do not use all that much, but I will be in the near future. And of course, make sure to follow me on Instagram. I definitely use that platform the most. Now without any further interruption, let's get right into the video.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Jay Frost, and today I'm bringing you guys a review on the Yeezy 350 V2 in the Beluga reflective colorway. This colorway dropped December 18th of 2021, and it has a retail of $240 US. The reason behind the extra $20 is assuming because it's a reflective colorway. Reflective or not, everybody wanted this pair. I can't say the reflective made it better or worse. This shoe is almost a re-release of the original 350 V2s in the Beluga colorway that released back in 2016. If you don't know, that was the first 350 V2 to ever release anywhere, and it hasn't restocked since. So it's been about 5, almost 6 years since the last drop, and everybody's been wanting to restock ever since 2016, and we never got it. So we finally got it. The only visible real difference is that this pair does have a reflective knit. So this is basically a re-release of the 2016 pair. If you don't like the reflective, you really don't have to worry about it still, because like I said, you're barely going to see it anyway. I know a lot of people are saying this reflective is a little weaker than some other reflectives. I don't see it. I think it's still pretty much just as strong. They just don't have as much in there. Also, before I get started, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, leave a thumbs up, whatever you got to do, all that extra stuff. Let's get right into it. So as always, we're going to start with the box first. You have your regular 350 at the top, your Yeezy Boost 350 on the side, and then your same thing with the size tag on the other side. The official colorway for these is Beluga Reflective, Steel Gray, and Solar Red. I always thought that was interesting how they called the color on these a red instead of an orange. It looks orange to me, but I guess that's Solar Red. But yeah, let's get right into the shoe. Honestly, this is just a fire shoe altogether. I can pretty much guarantee that 99% of us didn't get the 2016 release. In fact, 90% of us probably weren't even really into Yeezys at that time. And they were a lot more limited back then, so many factors on why you probably don't have the original release of these. But these actually made a lot more available, and I think it was somewhere around 1 million pairs. Don't quote me on that, I'm not sure. But based off of everywhere they released, I'm pretty sure it was around that number. They were on every foot site for the most part. They released at every shoe store for the most part, in person and online. They had them on Adidas, Yeezy Supply. You have the confirmed, you have the retail release. Like, you have all these things. So I know this wasn't that hard of a cop for everybody, but honestly, it was very hard for me. So just a little story on how I got these. The first drop where I'm from was at about 6 a.m. So I was up, ready. At 6 a.m. they dropped at a couple different places. Long story short, I took a long L. After that, they dropped on Yeezy Supply and some more places. Took another long L, very long L. I was in the Yeezy Supply waiting room for 4 hours before they told me they were sold out. I was saying, you might as well just tell me you're sold out now. But 4 hours later, they told me you're sold out. I never got in. At one point, they thought I was a bot for some reason, so they kicked me out, and I had to start over or whatever. But basically, all in all, even with all the pairs they had available online, in person, I lost all the raffles. All the online raffles I lost. And basically my last hope was Adidas confirmed, because that was the last drop, I believe, and took another L in that. So regardless of how many pairs they were, I can't say this was an easy release at all. I know some people had a breeze with them, and that's good for you, but don't think it was just an easy release for everybody. So the way I count these actually is, I told my friend that I was struggling to get them ever since 6 a.m. It's like 11 in the morning now, so it's been like 5 hours I've been awake. I'm tired, and I still don't have the shoes, so I'm blue. And my friend actually said if they won their confirmed for these, then I could have them. All in all, he actually ended up winning his confirmed release. That was definitely a blessing. So that's the story on how I got them. But now getting into the shoe. Even though this is a reflective sneaker, the laces do not reflect at all. I'm going to show you where they reflect now. It's basically on these dark gray stripes right here. So on the zebra pattern, these dark gray stripes, they all have the reflective knit through them. And that is about it. And the 3 stripes on the back are also reflective, but that's the case with every 350 V2, so that's nothing new. So these actually have about 3 different colors on them. You have your basically medium to light gray, then you got your darker gray, and then you got your solar red, which to me, like I said, it looks completely orange. But whatever you want to call it, you have that orange stripe. You basically have another stripe under that in the medium gray, because there's no pattern on it, and it goes straight alongside the orange one. So that's also in the original, so it's nothing new. Now, something on these that I think is different than all the other V2s is this Supply 350 actually reads straight on, like you can read it perfectly on the left shoe and the right shoe. So on the left shoe, it goes supply 350 from the front to the back, and then on the right shoe, it goes supply 350 from the back to the front. So either way, whichever way you're looking at it, it's gonna read straight, and it's not a mirrored image, whereas on, I think, all the other ones, really, it is mirrored. So that's interesting. On the original pair, it was not mirrored as well, so they're just keeping on with the OG to the shoe. Something else that's specific to this shoe for some reason that was also on the OGs is right here where it curves. There's a little butt right here, like in the back stitching, and it actually makes the back look like it comes out a little further than other 350s, which nobody really cares about that. They could have got rid of that, but the OGs had this, and they basically kept with the exact same everything to the OG and just added the reflective pattern. If there is a difference that you guys have noticed about these that is not on the OGs, let somebody know, but all in all, it doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares. These are the Beluga 1.0s again. I really like how they have the little orange speckling throughout the shoe. It kind of makes the shoe pop, even though from far away you don't really see it. That part I don't believe is on the 2.0s. I have to go back and check, but it's nice for them to bring back the regular prime knit, even with the reflective pattern, because most of the reflectors right now, like the newer ones, they all are that transparent stripe, and then the, you know, the static pattern. So to have the reflectors on the zebra pattern is really interesting. This may be the first one, if I'm not mistaken. This is the first zebra pattern to have a reflector, so that's really cool. I'm showing you guys a reflective again right here. Then going down into the smoky gray midsole, like this midsole is really clean. I like how it's almost exactly the same color as the outsole, so it doesn't look like a mistake in the back where it wraps around. I don't know, you really can't go wrong with the shoe as a whole. Like, I don't see how somebody could dislike these if they like Yeezys, you know what I mean? This colorway is hard. I also don't know what the stock numbers were in 2016, but I'm pretty sure it was not high, because back then it wasn't the whole Yeezy for everyone wave, and really it was Yeezys for a select few, because nobody really had them back then, especially the V1s. So this being the first V2, it probably had a little more stock than the V1s, but all in all, it was still gonna be a hard release. So this time around, they came back with about 1 million pairs, and a lot of people secured, so that's always good to see. That being the case, the resale on these is not as high as some may have wanted, but the resale is sitting somewhere between $350 and $450, and for the shoe to be $240, that's pretty good, honestly, for somebody who wants to buy a resale. For somebody who wants to sell, that's not that good, but there were so many pairs. This is definitely a shoe that I bought to rock, and to rock only. I didn't even think about selling these. As with any 350 V2, you have your ribbed midsole and your ribbed outsole. And the outsole, you have your windows for the boost popping out. This is a Yeezy boost, so they do have the boost. A little sidetrack, if you remember my 700 V3 video, that they do not have the boost. On the box, it does not say boost. So I said I was gonna go back and check that, let somebody know. Another thing they kept with the OGs is that these do fit small. So like I said, this is the first 350 V2, and going from the V1s, that the V2s always fit a little smaller, a little more snug. And my true to size would be an 11, so I normally go for an 11.5 in these. These are actually a 12, and they fit perfect. So I thought they may be a little big, but they fit perfect for me. So I'm actually glad I got a 12 in these. I wouldn't even size swap for an 11.5. So if this is your first pair of 350 V2s, or you plan on getting your first pair of V2s, definitely go at least a half size up, possibly even a full size and something like this, because with the, I kind of wish I got a 12 in the breads, because those, even in the 11.5, they fit kind of snug, and I'm not sure why. I think it may have something to do with the prime knit material. So like, if it's a static pattern, I notice they fit usually pretty good with the 11.5. If it's just regular prime knit, you may want to go a full size up. Most of them are actually this material, but recently we've had a lot of static patterns. So those, like I said, I noticed are good with a half size up. This is one of my all-time favorite silhouettes, of course, but it's also one of my all-time favorite colorways on this silhouette. Getting these means a little more to me, because my first Yeezy ever, not only 350s, but my first Yeezy ever was the Beluga 2.0s, and that was basically paying homage to the original Belugas. I never even thought about being able to get them. I wasn't going to pay resale, so the fact that they re-released them was definitely a blessing. If you guys did secure it, let me know how or where you secured them at. I'm just curious to know if you got them off Confirmed, or you got them off a retail release on the Adidas, or you got them off Foot Sites, Yeezy Supply, wherever. I want to know just basically a range of how people were able to cop. If you really want these and you didn't get a chance to cop, resale is not as bad as it could be right now. It's not good, but it's not as bad as it could be. So I would recommend getting them now. With time, the resale is only going to go up. I promise you. I guarantee the resale is going to be kind of crazy. So now is the time. These were so hard for me to get. Like a day after they released, I saw on Twitter somebody was saying they got like 14,000 pairs or something like that from bots and stuff. I'm like, I guess that's where my pair went, because they were so hard to get from me. I was up at 6 a.m. and somebody woke up 10 hours later and their bots did all the work for them, and they got 14,000 pairs. Just the fact that one person can get 14,000 pairs is a perfect explanation as to why some people couldn't get them. You just wanted one to rock. So that's the game, though. You can't do anything about it. Maybe eventually it will change, but I doubt it. That's just how the game works. Like I said in previous videos, you pay to play, but I'm not going to go into it too much. You guys already know the game. A video I'm going to be doing soon. A lot of people have been asking me how to give yourself the best chance of getting Yeezys on release day for retail. So we're going to do a video on that soon. Like I always say, it's never guaranteed for anybody. I've seen people with bots even take L's. So like I said, it's not guaranteed for anybody, but you can give yourself a better chance if you know what you're doing. So I'm going to go through a step-by-step process of that, just so everybody watching can get their best chance. You take an L, you take an L, but you can't say you didn't do what you had to do to get these pairs. So that video should be coming soon. Stay tuned for that. And that's it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think of the Beluga reflectives for 2021. Did you secure a pair? Did you not want these? Whatever the case may be, let me know. Thank you for watching as always, and I really appreciate you guys subscribing as well. And that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you guys in the next video.